Hey techies, Anthony from HashersNet here. Today we're taking a look at the UGreen M.2 NVMe hard drive enclosure. Supposedly this supports both M.2 and BNM, if I got that right, drives. I have a toaster for SATA drives, but I didn't have anything to test M.2 drives. Now, the kicker is, originally I was going to get something else, but UGreen has been pretty good as far as a product line is concerned, a brand. So I've never had a problem with them before. And it says USB-C input. It says M.2 M-key, USB-C up to 10 gigabits, and the supported M.2 NVMe SSD. And then, of course, safe and stable data transfer, tool-free installation, and premium aluminum alloy housing. This thing has just a crap ton of positive reviews, but again, UGreen has never failed me. So let's take a look what's inside here. So everything's nicely packed. Positive of UGreen, unlike drop shippers, is things are actually wrapped. Because sometimes you get a drop shipper who knows how to treat a item, make sure it looks like that premium look. Well, UGreen has never failed at doing that. And here is that's some aluminum there. Not necessarily the same design shown on here, but let's see what else is in the box. So we have, this should be, so this is, okay, I see. So this is like a rubber piece of some type that like goes on it, I guess. Let's take a look. What's in here? So this is, I'm not going to unseal it, but if you could see it, it's, looks like, actually I might unseal it. Yeah, it's for the heat resistance for the SD drive and for the mounting of the SD drive, to hold it in place. But we'll keep this sealed. And then we've got some instructions. So that's gonna be great. Now this is supposed to be tool list, and I purposely did not prepare tools for this, so hopefully they keep their promise. Now this should be, yeah, so we'll move this aside here. What here should be is a USB-A to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-C cord. So let's see which one we get first. So when I was going to buy one of these, I actually was looking at a different set. One is just a USB-C, or sorry, USB-C-A, I should say. And I was like, oh, that might be slower than I would like. Then I was like, well, I could always get a USB A to USB-C adapter, but it really didn't mean it would support the speed I want. So, but yeah, here is the USB A to C. So this is USB 3.2 Gen 2. I'm not quite sure what the USB. This might be just USB 3. I'm not 100% sure on exactly how it's a Gen 2 if there's a USB A involved. But for sure, this is a USB 3.2 Gen 2, which is the 10 gigabit connection. So move this back over here. So here is this, and as you can see, this is a double-sided USB-C. So here we go. Okay, so let's move some of this aside here. I'm just curious how this goes on. So it just slides on, so it's kind of decorative, maybe to prevent damage. I don't know. Okay, so there is a USB-C port inside back here for the purpose of data connection. It snaps into place rather nicely. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you heard that. So let me undo this, and then it says push. Oh yeah. And here we go. Okay, so inside is already one of these bits here. And if you're familiar with the new internal structure of some devices, usually you would turn it like this, put the drive in at an angle, and then twist this to mount it. And this will just do enough to keep it in place. So I see the tool list is keeping true with it being the tool list. Now, I don't know how the B&M drive works, because clearly you can see this is for the standard M.2. So I'm not sure, because the listing says it caters to both, and we know the other one has 2 slots separated instead of just the one. Now, bad news. I gave my little brother my extra M.2 drive without thinking about I was going to need it. And I'm not going to buy another one. But what I think I'm going to do is show you the reviews on this thing, because people are going to have opinions on this, and there are going to be pictures, and there are plenty of reviews. So let's put this away, see what this thing looks like. Does it? Wow, it's down there. It's sent back into place. Then we'll slide the case on. I don't know how it goes on. I don't think it really matters. It's just a fitted case, right? Oh, here we go. Okay. It stretches. It's like silicone or plastic or a combination of both. Oop, I popped it. Ah, here we go. Definitely probably should be pushing it in from the other side if I'm going to keep popping it like that. But yeah, there's nothing that restrains it from going in either way. I'm going to pop it just so I can do this. And it still pops out. Oh, it goes all the way through if you wanted it to. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's what it looks like with the covering on it. So here is, what does this say? This is just some type of dispose of the paper. Gotcha. I think it's in Italian or something? Dutch? I don't know. What is this? User instructions. It looks like just FCC guidelines. Okay. And then this is, maybe this is actual instructions. Oh yeah, here it is. So, yeah, it just basically says what I've already said. Oh, because this is very self-explanatory. Yeah, silicon sheath, metallic shell, M.2 drive key, indicator, USB-C fixing screw, drive tray fixing hole. And it pretty much explains the whole process of mounting. So, yeah, I enjoy that. I personally, for this, I'd be using it as short use. I may not be applying the silica or the paste on it for the heat, because it'd basically be plugging the device in to test if it works and taking it back out. That's really what I need it for. I don't need it to be a hard drive backup. That it looks good. So now let's, oh, and there's indicator light. So let's go check out what the reviews are on this thing. Now here is the Amazon listing for the UGreen SSD enclosure, and as you see, it has 10,245 ratings at a 4.5, and you'll wonder why I got it over the other thing I was looking at. And 74% are like really optimistic about it. But see, when you look at reviews, you should always look at the lowest ones to see what the problems they had were, because sometimes they're not replicable. And so let's go down there and look. So looking at the lowest reviews here, completely inferior product to all the options available for purchase. I looked at the others. This is the only one that has a brand name I trust. But let's see. The note to hold the SSD in place is completely counterintuitive. Really? Okay. It does not respond well to adjustments to lock and unlock from the SSD cartridge. It has completely dislodged itself, performing its basic function and falls out. Put it back in place. Material can't keep it shaved. It's made from 100% rubber. I don't know. Like, this isn't even... Anyway, I've only had it for one day, one SSD, before becoming unusable. Okay. And this one says, I bought the enclosure but need an SSD somewhere else, so I just sat in the shelf for a few months. I finally decided to buy another SSD for travel. Bought a brand name SSD. Went together fine, plugged in, formatted it, copied data, everything seemed okay. And then next day when you try to use it, it couldn't identify the drive and refused to mount. Okay, so that seems... Okay, so here's the thing I'm missing here. So, tried the SSD enclosure, neither worked, light, no, didn't drive, recognize anything, okay, it doesn't work. Constant disconnect, reconnect, okay. So all these issues are, there's some are similar, but they're different, and the experiences are weird. Although the one guy, it didn't look like he even opened it. But anyway, the computer sees it as Realtek, read capacity 10, failed, stopped working as it was attempting to clone SSD, dead on arrival, filled out of the box. Advertisers work with the MB key SSD, okay. According to the literature, it came with, the item is M key only. See, that is what confuses me, because the listing does say M and B, so yeah, I'm a little confused about that myself. Yeah, so, the product looked promising, solid case. in and out, nice accessories, but no recognition of any M2s they plugged in. Kind of wish I hadn't given my little brother the M2 I had sitting extra, but yeah, and this person has the same sentiment as I have. I usually have very good luck with UGreen products. That is literally about a 10 reviews, but let's go to the top ones here. It says reading only negative reviews. This is from November of 2024. This is being recorded in April of 2025. And this person was skeptical, which I don't blame them. I gave it some thought, and I remember back to other UGreen purchases and enjoying the results. I haven't had a failure, but so this guy, he says, wish the indicator light was on the push side, because obviously that's decided to be facing you. But it worked for him, plug and play, easy to go. Okay, cool. And this one said the guy used it to close the drive. Okay, cool. It was so easy, an idiot could use it. That's awesome. This person is showing how their M2 drive mounted in, and you see they turn that thing like that. So hey, that's great. There is I think an upper limit on how big the SSD drive can be, so I would be aware of that. And then yeah, this says works perfectly for cloning, is user friendly. I mean, it's literally, you drop the drive in, you make sure the thing is locked into place so it doesn't pop out, and you just close it and you plug it in with a USB port, either USB A or USB C. It's all good. And yeah, so praising the easy to go, whatever. But let's check one more thing. So you always kind of wonder why this person gave it one less star. So the con they had is thermal performance. Yes, I don't think something like this should be your regular external hard drive. I mean, it gives you the thermal tape, whatever, but I mean, and then it's aluminum case, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it does enough. It's because it's passive cooling. I don't think it does enough. Like, I wouldn't use it as a regular thing, and because it will get really hot. But otherwise, this person liked it. So this one is the restraining screw, which is that little rubber piece that you twist on there. They could have made it toothless, I agree. But other than that, this person had fine with it. This one has just showing an example of the M2 drive. So he took it apart, and it worked fine, he said. Because that's all there really is to it. It's just the rest of it's a case. So yeah, this one said they used the 250 gig. They wasn't sure of. File Explorer didn't detect it, and then ordered the drive, a budget drive, and it didn't connect it. And then yeah, so it needed initialized. So that wasn't even a device thing. That was this guy thing. So this guy's impressed with the heavy duty quality, although he hadn't used it yet. This guy loved it, but again, heat. So we all abridge it to say very few defects. The heat is a problem. Rest of it, golden. And that's the takeaway I have for this device. Now, I have a job coming up where I'm going to get to test it. And if you see an extra part of the video afterwards, then I finally got an M2 drive in my hands to test this with, and I can give you more of an opinion. Otherwise, the reviews seem to say exactly what I just abridged for you. So UGreen has never failed me, and hopefully this is not the first case. So I was able to use this at the job I had lined up for this, obviously. So it does not work for an M&B or a M2 SATA drive. Then again, the drive was in a cheap laptop, basically drop shipped from China, and the system had a whole lot of other problems. But anyway, I threw it in here, it didn't work, and the assumption at the time was that the drive was corrupted anyway. So went and got a M2 NVMe drive, and this read it fine. But word of warning, do not plug this into something that isn't USB 3 or better. I plugged it into my 8-year-old laptop because, I rarely use it, and I was going off-site, obviously. So I caused a power surge that messed up my hard drive. So my 1.5-year-old hard drive that is in the laptop has some type of failure now. So definitely don't use this in a non-USB 3 port. Also, I was getting warnings constantly about there being a power surge, which really tells me why my drive is now failing, and it's fine, whatever. I can't upgrade it to Windows 11, so I was going to pretty much scrap it at the end of the year anyway. So yeah, it works for an NVMe drive. I'm fairly sure that the drive that was in the computer that I was fixing was a lie, because everything the Windows said it wasn't. And no matter what device I plug this into, compatible USB 3 or not, I got the same error every time. It just wasn't reading it. So clearly, nothing about the system was truly accurate, and I wasn't able to fix it. So I basically got best as far as I could, and it was running, but it just wasn't stable anymore. But this worked. So no complaints here on this doing at least the NVMe part. But yeah, did not read an M and B drive, and assuming that thing was, because it said it was an M and B drive and not an M.2 SATA drive, I'm not quite sure, because when I purchased this, my assumption was it was compatible with all, but at least NVMe. Again, because I think the drive in that garbage computer was a lie. NVMe? Anyway.
With that said, tell me in the comments your thoughts on this video. Did you like what you saw, and how was your experience with it? If you would like to see more, check out the on-screen recommendation. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with our latest content. Thanks for watching.